All right, so ever since that trailer for the Wolverine game that Insomniac has been working on was released, people have been really excited to see it. And after Spider-Man 2 being the hit that it was, I think excitement grew even greater because it showed that Insomniac wasn't just a one-hit wonder and that they actually really understand these characters and care about these properties. Well, today, stuff got leaked. So Sony has had a massive problem, whether it's from Naughty Dog or just themselves, with being able to have the security to not be hacked and have their stuff get leaked. And again, it has happened to them, and this time it's happened to Insomniac, where a bunch of stuff got leaked. Not just Wolverine, but even like personal information of employees and stuff, like a bunch of stuff that's just embarrassing on their behalf and really not good that it's out on the internet. And to be honest, even with the Wolverine gameplay being leaked, like, I know that this is like a studio's nightmare, and we're just coming off of the Suicide Squad leak as well, and it just feels like this stuff happens to studios, and I feel bad for them because it's like having, I don't know, it's like someone forcing you to present something that wasn't ready to be presented yet. And so that's kind of what's happening with this Wolverine thing. And so you got to take this stuff with a grain of salt because you don't fully know what the final product is going to look like. But sadly, curiosity couldn't keep me away from looking at just what this Wolverine game looks like. And so I've seen the leak, and I just kind of wanted to give you my initial impressions of it and let you know what it looks like. But before I do, again, just want to address that leaking is not a good thing. It's not great. And it's also not the best. I don't know. As a studio, you want to present the game in the way that shows the product that you're wanting to sell to people, and leaking it is not doing that. It's almost like you wanted to bake this really awesome cake and somebody couldn't wait and they took it out 10 minutes early, and you're like, yeah, it still tastes good, but this is not what the cake is going to be, and it's kind of frustrating you took it out of the oven early. That's kind of what a gameplay leak is like. But anyways, I have seen the gameplay leak, and I just want to say it looks incredible. I'm a massive Wolverine fan, and he has never really had a great game. He's a difficult character to do well in gameplay, and boy, did they nail it. Whether it is the combat, the movement, him using his senses to solve essentially crimes or like figure out events that are happening, that they were able to do that all so well. And even the traversal and how he can use his claws to climb up buildings and like move, like, it was really cool and really well done. And I was actually very shocked at how well the gameplay looked. I'm going to go into a little bit of spoilers, so I don't know how spoilery this is, but it looks like we now see who the villains probably are of this game, or at least one villain group. And so if you don't want to hear that, don't listen because I'm gonna just talk about a little bit. And so spoilers, it's really interesting that it looks like the Red Hand is one of the big villains in this game, and that's very interesting. That makes a lot of sense. That's very cool. I am excited to see where that goes. Of course, we saw the Red Hand teased in Spider-Man 2, and a lot of people thought that it was going to lead into a Daredevil game, but it turns out that it was a tease for the Wolverine game, that Wolverine is going to be fighting the Red Hand. And so I'm really curious to see what's going to happen with that and how that's going to play into the story. I think that could make for some really cool stuff. Of course, it makes for some cool combat where Wolverine can sometimes take people's samurai swords and use them as weapons. But overall, the gameplay looks really good. I, for some reason, was still nervous because, I don't know, it just feels like we've never gotten a great Wolverine game, and his gameplay can come off really hokey, and so I was nervous, even though I trusted Insomniac, and wow, I'm really excited with what they have here. I'd imagine that they're going to release a gameplay trailer, or maybe actually just a normal trailer sometime soon after this, because you don't want people's first impression to be a bunch of leaks. And so I wouldn't be shocked if Insomniac releases a trailer of sorts, maybe a story trailer or something, to give people a better peek at it so that people aren't going around looking at the leaks. But yeah, they're doing a great job with this thing. Again, leaks are never good. They aren't great. I wish that people wouldn't do it. It often can ruin the experience, like The Last of Us did, and like the Suicide Squad leak seems to be doing, where a story is best played, not read, or not seen out of context. And so for people to be going around leaking that stuff is super frustrating. And on top of that, to leak private information about the company is absolutely bogus. Like, it's one thing to steal information about the game and that. It's another thing to like do things that can cause people personal damage. And so, yeah, I hope Sony figures out how to keep stuff better under wraps, because they seem to have a incredibly difficult time doing that for some reason. And as a tech company, you think you'd have better security. I don't know. But with that being said, I want to know what you guys think. When you hear about these leaks, or maybe you've seen them, do they excite you? Are you excited for this Wolverine game? How do you think the Red Hand is going to play into the overall story of the game? Are you looking forward to Wolverine actually donning his suit, which he does at some point in the game, because it's in the gameplay where you will be able to wear the Wolverine suit? Let me know in the comment section down below. Like, comment, subscribe, all that junk, and I will see you guys in the next one.